Well, hello, my algebra students. I hope everything's going okay. We're putzing right along, too. Today, we're going to focus on something you've already done, and that is dividing in the laws of exponents. Now, tomorrow in class, or Wednesday, we'll do negative exponents, whatever those are, and then see how it goes. And then don't forget you got Thursday a video too. So 3 things can happen when you're dividing 2 things same base with laws of exponents. 1, what if the powers are the same? Well, that means you're dividing something by itself. So for example, x cubed divided by x cubed. So anything divided by itself is 1, except of course 0. You can never divide by 0. So the answer is just 1 whenever you're dividing something by itself. If the top power is bigger, that means you have more of the base on top than you do on the bottom. So it'd be like x to the 5th divided by x to the 3rd. So that'd be x divided by x. Well, anything divided by itself is 1. So each one of the bottom base cancels out with 1 of the top, so you're left with 2 in this specific problem. So when you divide 2 things same base, and the top power is bigger, now what's canceling in mathematics? Subtraction. So it'd be x to the m minus n power. So if I have more bases on the bottom, then you would still subtract, but the answer would stay on the bottom because you started with more of them on the bottom. So for example, x squared over x to the 5th. Well, 2 of these cancel with 2 of these. So it'd be 1 over x cubed. So the rule would be 1 over x to the n minus m. So if I have x to the 6th divided by x to the 4th, you'd say, oh, Mr. Murphy, there's 6 of these on top, there's 4 of these on bottom. These 4 cancel with 4 of these, so you would still have 2 of them. So if I have x to the 7th divided by x to the 10th, you'd say, well, there's 10 of them on the bottom, so 7 of these cancel with 7 of the 10, so you would be canceled out on the top, just 1 left, and then you'd still have 3 of them on the bottom. So now I could actually do a whole monomial. X cubed y to the 6th z to the 5th divided by x to the 20th y to the 4th z to the 5th. So you'd say, okay, these 3 cancel with 3 of these. So you'd have 17 of them left over on the bottom. 4 of these cancel with 4 of these, so you'd have 2 left on the top, and anything divided by itself is 1. Of course, we have to exclude 0. We can never divide by 0. Now we can actually put a coefficient other than 1. A coefficient is the number times the variables. So if I had 10 x to the 20 y to the 30 over 15 x to the 30 y to the 20, you'd start off by reducing. Now coefficient is done different than a power. Power, you divide 2 things same base, you subtract the powers. But a coefficient you reduce like we did back in grade school. So what number goes into 10 and 15? That would be 5. So you reduce it by 5, or divide it by 5 would be a better way of saying it. Now, with powers, you subtract. So this would be x to the 10th on the bottom. Because you had 30 of them, you cancel out 20. Here you have 30, you cancel out 20, so it'd be y to the 10th. Woohoo! Try one on your lonesome. Do 18x to the 18th, y to the 30, all over 20, x to the 10th, y to the 40th. Try that one for me, please. Okay, so 2 divides into both nicely, so that'd be 9/10. Then 18 of these cancel with 18 of these, so you'd have 2 left over. 30 of these cancel with 30 of these, so you'd have 10 left over. Woohoo! And I messed up. I read a problem wrong. This is my bad. So the 9/10 was right. This is 18. I read it wrong. Sorry, that's my bad. So a 10 cancel those. So that'd be x to the 8th on top, y to the 10th on the bottom. Now we can make it a little bit more challenging. X to the 6th, y to the 4th, to the 10th, all over x to the 50th, y to the 10th. So the rule says when you have a product to a power, you raise both of them to that power. So that would be x to the 60th, y to the 40th, all over x to the 50th, y to the 10th. Now, if you remember the laws of the order of operations, I'm trying to say, that you do the product before you do division. Now we can do the division. When you divide two things the same base, you subtract the powers. So it'd be x to the 10th, y to the 30th, both on the top. So try 2 for me, please. Let's do 6, x to the 6th, y to the 8th, z to the 9th, over 9, x to the 9th, y to the 20th, z to the 9th. And let's do x to the 6th to the 8th, over x to the 4th to the 10th. Do those 2 for me, please, and then turn me back on. Okay. So 6/9, we reduce that. 3 goes into both, so that'd be 2/3. 6 of these cancel with 6 of these, so it'd be x cubed. 8 of these cancel with 8 of these, so it'd be y to the 12th. And anything divided by itself is 1, except, of course, 0, so it just drops out. This one, whenever you have a base to a power and you raise it to another power, you multiply. And this, it'd be x to the 40th. Same rule, base to a power, raise it to another power. So whenever you divide two things the same base, you subtract the power, so this would be x to the 8th. Good deal. Well, hey, I hope you're having a good day off. Of course, enjoying math makes it so much better. Should have your quiz out on there graded today. Bye-bye.